Thank you, Miss Hudson. My dear Holmes. What is it tonight? Morphine? Or cocaine?
Well, I can strongly recommend a 7% solution of cocaine. Would you care to try it?
No, indeed. I speak not only as your friend, but as a medical man. How can you risk such damage to the great powers with which you have been endowed?
I cannot tell you how it clarifies and stimulates the mind.
Yes, and destroys it in time.
My mind rebels at stagnation. Give me problems. Give me work. Give me the most abstruse cryptogram, the most intricate analysis, and I'm in my proper atmosphere. Then I can dispense with artificial stimulants. But I abhor the dull routine of existence. I crave mental exaltation. That is why I've chosen my own profession, or rather, created it, for I am the only one in the world.
The only unofficial detective.
The only unofficial consulting detective. I take no credit in my cases. The work itself, the pleasure of finding a field for my particular powers is my highest reward. You can close that drawer. You have made the wrong diagnosis, Doctor. I have my stimulant here.
I am Jesús Torres Castro. I am the designer of Watson Holmes from the Diaries of the 220 MB, and I am a friend of Klicken Abend.
Rezensionen, Emotionen, Videos, Bloggen und Maloggen. Seit 10 Jahren spielen Narren, lebt dreimal hoch, Klicken Abend.
Hallo Klickenabendler, wir sind beim spanischen Verlag Ludo Nova. And next to me is Jesús. Hi, Jesús?
Yes?
It's a game about Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, it's more on Watson than on Sherlock.
Oh, okay. More
Yes.
on his teammate.
Yeah. That is.
And it's a competitive game?
Yes,
For how many players?
It's from 2 to 7 players.
To 7?
Yes.
That's a lot. And how long does a game take when you play it?
Yes, between 45 minutes and an hour.
Okay. And what's the theme about the game? So what's the history?
Yes, you have different cases. In the board you have 13 cases. Because
Okay.
when you play one, you cannot play again the same adventure. And at the beginning of the game, you have, for each case, you have this with illustration of the adventure and how to play the cards and some special rules, but the introduction.
Okay.
After read the introduction, you have this card with the different location, with different characters, and some of them will be more important than others, of course. You must think as a detective. And you can move with your figure at the card you want, for example here, but another player can also move here, spending this carriage. You have 10 at the beginning of the game, and the player who spend more of them can read the card before.
Okay.
Okay, because if you jump at random, you are not going to be the first to solve the question.
crime. Okay.
That's the main mechanism on the game. There are
Okay.
more things. For example, in Scotland Yard, you can take policeman or a pass With the policeman, after you read the clue, you can place the policeman here. And the other player cannot read this card. They need the pass to reach the card. And this kind
to
of
go
thing.
around him, all right?
And also you have the help of Holmes and Watson. Watson is the most important in the game. You can pay 4 carriages and you take Watson, and when all the players are places on the cars, you choose one of them and he must read his car aloud. So you get this car and also yours.
Okay.
And that's the most important thing on the game.
And you win when you
When you think you have the solution to the question, you go to the 221B.
Sure.
Many players can go there. This is a different card, not like the other. But the first person to answer is the person who has the most carriage. So if 2 players has the same amount of carriage, they can share the victory. You try to answer. If you are right, you're the winner. If you are wrong, you become Sherlock Holmes, because now you have the answer, and the other player can ask you some things about the case. So you cannot win, but you are still in the game in some way.
So Sherlock Holmes is not active till one...
Until one fail.
Okay.
So it's possible that never happen if the first is right.
How came you up with the idea? Do you read a lot of the Sherlock Holmes books? Or?
Yes, I'm very fan, but okay, I have a little history to tell you if you have time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love history.
Yes, I like Sherlock Holmes, and I like all the Holmes games that there are. Mm-hmm. And when History announced some years ago that they are going to publish the new version of
remake,
the Holmes,
yes.
the new cabinet, we talked with the Dudonova, they are friends, the people from the company, and I asked them to publish this game in Spain because it has never been published there, and I thought that it can be a successful game there. At the end, they didn't publish the game, but another company, Edge company, published the game in Spain. But talking about this game, I try to play all games that I have in my collection that I never played. And I play a game from the 70s that is called, it's a long name, 220B of Baker Street Master Detective Game, or something like that.
I don't know that. Right.
It's an old game from the 70s, but there is no author on the game. But it was a copyright by J. Moriarty. Moriarty in a game of Halls, I think, okay, that's be a false name or something like that. I wrote to the company, what the Gibson game, English company, and they told me, no, it's a real man, and he lives in California, and here you have his email. I talked with him, and he published some games in the 70s, but now he's out of the business. But this game, I talked with him, and even I visited him in there. And this old game have some of these ideas. It's a competitive game, but he has many old mechanisms. So most of the time you are throwing the die and moving for a board without nothing to do.
So you pimped it up.
Yes. So the basic idea to make a deduction competitive game was there, and was the origin of the idea.
Cool. And his real name is
J. Moriarty. In fact, he is professor in the university, so he is a real Professor Moriarty.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
He's a I don't know how to say in English. He make a script for TV series on this kind of thing.
Is it?
If you remember Bill Cosby, his series, so he's a script for he was writing a script for this TV series. It's his real job.
Cool.
But in the 70s, he invented also some games.
Some board games. Okay.
So that is.
And this is your first board game then?
No, it's my third game.
Oh, what else did you publish?
The last one was Templar with Queen Games.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yes,
yeah, okay. And your first one?
Was published only in Spain.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
And this is now the first one which is published also in Europe then?
Yes. In Spain and also in English, and we'll see what else.
And we see the next games perhaps in the next years then?
I hope, yes.
All right.
I hope.
Thanks for your time.
No, thank you for your interest. Sure.
Wish you a very nice fair. And see you then perhaps in the next years.
Okay, see you then.
Bye.
Nos jugamos.
Rezensionen, Emotionen, Videos bloggen und mal loggen. Seit 10 Jahren spielen Narren, lebt dreimal hoch, klicken, aber